Today we are stuck with a glut of software that has no past to speak of and no future to look forward to, dumped on us as frozen black boxes. What are really frozen in them are bugs and restrictions, excused away by tactfully worded user manuals. ROBOCOM is out to give them a new lease on life. Now they can be reverse engineered to a new birth and recreated for eternity. 3 areas of development that need to be addressed to bring ROBOCOM to wide public acceptance are menu-driven user interface, robot dynamics, and natural language programming. The user interface must be made self-evident so that no manual is necessary. To achieve this, we need to challenge the users in suggesting what we should put in a user's manual. These suggestions are then considered to be deficiencies in the interface and thus corrected to bring ROBOCOM ever closer to being manualless. But unlike frozen software, this correction can be made to happen right away. The basic guideline in ROBOCOM development is this: if you need to explain it, your job is not finished. The only qualification to the above approach is the expounding of the new ideas that make ROBOCOM unique. This is where these videos you are watching come in. In a way, these videos that explain the what, why, and how of ROBOCOM is more ROBOCOM than the software that is her physical existence. Soon, understanding the videos will become the only non-trivial task in getting on ROBOCOM. So far, the major problem new users face is to adjust to the expanded role of the computer. Robots are emulations of us, but they are so rigidly disciplined that oftentimes they appear to overrule our intentions. The dynamics that govern their behavior, therefore, exist as uncharted territory. Although we have come a long way in programming, understanding and controlling these dynamics, 2 issues still stand out and need to be resolved. The first deals with the realignment of the robot's documents every time the processing flow is changed. The second is a corresponding resynchronization of the robot's mouse movements. Both capabilities are required to salvage the information subsequent to the point of change. Thus far, with limited experience, the current scheme can only salvage part of the information. Only a large amount of additional experiences can allow this scheme to evolve to a satisfactory level. Natural language is the common denominator of communication among users and the computer. If the robots are the body of ROBOCOM, the natural language is the brain. This again is something that must be allowed to evolve and grow at its own pace and according to its own characteristic traits. Artificial human intervention will only backfire. The major contribution users can make will be in the generation and the subsequent accessing of building block modules. One significant breakthrough worth mentioning here is the use of the same natural language programming program to do reverse engineering. We should end this video by outlining a plan of development and implementation. First, we have to organize a team of developers who should include those of the GNU Unix and Fortran compiler. This team must make sure that any analysis project users want to work on is ultimately always done by the computer. Then we need to recruit a few good pioneering user groups in large-scale, high-tech computing. These pioneers need to have the patience to help the developers make the computer do the work, rather than rush into doing it themselves. Finally, we need to expand our capabilities to business and general applications. ROBOCOM should one day find a host in a public telephone company's centralized computer network. For such integration to work, a next-generation telephone set needs to be designed and mass-produced. This should be a simple device that links the telephone work to the TV. Such a TV modem will serve as a footstool for universal access to the information freeway. It's only proper that we should tie up some loose ends before exiting this video. 4 basic concerns are to be presented here as topics for future discussions. ROBOCOM is rudimentary and will stay rudimentary as long as she's able to maintain a high level of productivity. The ultimate developers will be the general public, but before that happens, ROBOCOM should stay fundamentally sufficient so that it can be easily expanded. On the surface, this makes ROBOCOM deficient in its capabilities, but the flip side of the coin is that ROBOCOM has it all. It is designed to instantly generate any capability it does not have. ROBOCOM will be a flexible software to develop. She will allow a user to make her into anything he desires, except into something that he is personally familiar with. In other words, it must stand on its own merit, rather than because it is familiar. Thus, ROBOCOM will always remain flexible enough to resolve all differences among users, based on the test of time. ROBOCOM will be allowed to change continuously. All upward incompatibility problems must be resolved by dynamic upgrading schemes or automated quality assurance procedures. ROBOCOM will hold back on commercialization. Since the real productivity will come about only when she's completed, any quick profiting on the way would only delay the big final payoff. We should forget the past, not worry about the present, and put all of our hopes into the future. With the help of ROBOCOM, we can make the future what we want.